أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. Dear audience, Assalamu alaikum. Today's talk is a very important talk, and it is the guidance and learning from Kitabullah, that which guidance which we should all avoid, which directions, instructions, or injunctions which we should all avoid, and what is the guidance in the Kitabullah about it. Before I commence today's talk, I would like to rectify the reference mentioned in the last talk, what is meant by obedience to Allah and Prophet. And the correct reference is verse number 153 of the Surah Al-An'am. Today's I'll be seeking references from the Kitab-e-Aziz, verse number 116 of the Surah Al-An'am, verse number 36 and 66 of Surah Yunus, verse number 27 and 28 of Surah An-Najm, and verse number 22 and 23 of the Surah An-Najm. And I commence today's talk with the permission of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and recitation of the verse number 116 of the Surah Al-An'am. Let us seek what sort of guidance Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given to whole of the humanity, whole of the mankind. وَإِن تُطِعْ أَكْثَرَ مَنْ فِي الْأَرْضِ يُضِلُّوكَ عَنْ سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ إِن يَتَّبِعُونَ إِلَّا الظَّنَّ وَإِنْ هُمْ إِلَّا يَخْرُصُونَ. Meaning, now if you pay heed unto the majority of those who live on earth, they will but lead you astray from the path of God. They follow but other people's conjectures, and they themselves do nothing but guess. In this verse, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has addressed to whole of the humanity through Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The primary address of this verse is our beloved Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and through him this verse is addressed to whole of the humanity. The guidance is for whole of the humanity. And let us pay heed to the message of the Kitabullah. What is the guidance in this verse? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is addressing وَإِن تُطِعْ أَكْثَرَ مَنْ فِي الْأَرْضِ, that if you pay heed to, or if you follow, if you obey, or if you adhere to what the majority of the mankind is doing on this earth, what the majority of the humanity is following on this earth, what would happen? يُضِلُّوكَ عَنْ سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ, they will take you away from the sabil of Allah, which is the Quran Hakim, this Kitabullah. They will make you off track, off target from the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, path of God, that is this Kitabullah. إِن يَتَّبِعُونَ إِلَّا الظَّنَّ, and what the majority of mankind is doing, the majority of mankind is إِن يَتَّبِعُونَ إِلَّا الظَّنَّ, they are just following their assumptions, imaginations, fancy thoughts, guesswork, speculations. They are just following their own guesswork, which hasn't got any truth. وَإِنْهُمْ إِلَّا يَخْرُصُونَ, and they themselves do nothing but guess. In this, Kitabullah has given a very clear and straightforward message. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given a very distinct message to whole of the humanity, that do not follow zan, means mere speculations, imaginations, thoughts, speculations, fancy thoughts without any true meaning. Do not follow probabilities, follow certainty. And the certainty is al-haq. This truth, this Kitabullah is al-haq. I'll seek further guidance from the Kitabullah, and I'm moving to Surah Yunus, which is the 10th chapter of the Kitab-e-Aziz, and I'm reciting verse number 36 of the Surah Yunus, and seek further guidance from the Kitabullah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is addressing وَمَا يَتَّبِعُ أَكْثَرُهُمْ إِلَّا زَنَّا إِنَّ الزَّنَّ لَا يُغْنِي مِنَ الْحَقِّ شَيْئًا إِنَّ اللَّهَ أَلِيمٌ بِمَا يَفْعَلُونَ. Meaning, for most of them follow nothing but conjecture, and behold, conjecture can never be a substitute for truth. Verily, God has full knowledge of all that they do. In this verse, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has again commanded, has again reiterated to the humanity, has given an advice, a commandment to whole of the humanity. وَمَا يَتَّبِعُ أَكْثَرُهُمْ إِلَّا زَنَّا, that the majority of the mankind, the majority of the humanity, what are they doing? They are just following mere probabilities, their own imaginations, thoughts, mere speculations. And inna zanna la yughni min al haqqi shay'a, and this zan, this mere guesswork, these speculations, their fancy thoughts, their imaginations, they cannot stand, they cannot do any benefit against the al-haq, which is the Quran, Kitabullah. Kitabullah is the al-haq. Inna Allaha alimum bima yaf'alun. Indeed, Allah, your God, indeed, God is the most knowledgeable of what the majority of the mankind is practicing. Now I am moving to the verse number 66 of the Surah Yunus and try to learn further guidance from the Kitabullah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is addressing, our God is addressing here, Ala inna lillahi man fis samawati wa man fil arz wa ma yattabi'ul lazina yad'una min dunillahi shuraka in yattabi'una illa zanna wa inhum illa yakhrusun. O verily, unto God belongs whoever is in the heavens and whoever is on the earth. Hence, what is it that they follow? Those who invoke besides God, beings to whom they ascribe a share in His divinity, they follow but the conjectures of others and themselves do nothing but guess. Let us pay heed to the messages of the Kitab-e-Aziz. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is addressing here, Ala inna lillahi man fis samawati wa man fil arz, that there is no doubt, verily, that everything which is present in the heavens and the earth belongs to Him. وَمَا يَتَّبِعُ الَّذِينَ يَدْعُونَ مِن دُونِ اللَّهِ شُرَكَاءَ, and the deities which they are invoking or they are following or they are obeying besides Allah, besides God, why are they doing it? In yattabi'una illa zanna, they are just following their mere imaginations, fancy thoughts, speculations, guesswork, without any truth. Wa inhum illa yakhrusun, and they themselves do nothing but the guesswork. Now I'm moving to Surah Najm. Surah An-Najm is the 53rd chapter of the Kitabullah, and I'll be reciting now verse number 22 and 23 of the Surah An-Najm. In the verse number 22, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, Tilka izan kismatun ziza, that lo and behold is an unfair division. In hiya illa asma'un sammaytumuha antum wa aba'ukum ma anzalallahu biha min sultan in yattabi'una illa zanna wa ma tahwal anfus wa laqad ja'ahum min rabbihimul huda. Meaning, these allegedly divine beings are nothing but empty names which you have invented, you and your forefathers, and for which God has bestowed no warrant from on high. They who worship them follow nothing but surmise and their own wishful thinking, although right guidance has now indeed come unto them from their sustainer. Let us concentrate on the messages of the Kitab-e-Aziz. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is addressing, In hiya illa asma'un sammaytumuha, that these are mere names. These deities which you are worshipping, which you are invoking, which you are supplicating, or you are asking for divine help, these are just mere names. There's nothing truth in them. And these are named by antum wa aba'ukum. These are named by you or by your forefathers. Ma anzalallahu biha min sultan. And for you taking them as deities, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given no warrant, no license, no permit for doing such practices. In yattabiuna illa zanna. And what they are doing, they are just following zan, meaning mere speculations, wishful thinking, probabilities, guesswork, speculations, fancy thoughts without any truth. Wama tahwul anfus, and they are just following their own desires. وَلَقَدْ جَاءَهُمْ مِنْ رَبِّهِمُ الْهُدَى, and indeed from your Rabb, from your sustainer, this Al-Huda has arrived. Al-Huda is the Quran Hakim. This is the supreme guidance which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has bestowed on the beloved heart of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And I'm going to recite verse number 27 and 28 of the Surah An-Najm. Now, in this verse number 27, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking again about the zan, mean mere speculations, guesswork, or fancy thoughts. Inna allazina la yu'minuna bil akhirati la yusammuna al malaikata tasmiyatal unsa. Meaning, and behold, it is only such as do not really believe in the life to come that regard the angels as female beings. Let us concentrate. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is speaking, Innal lazina la yu'minuna bil akhirati. Indeed, those individuals, those beings who do not believe in the day of judgment, day of resurrection, Yawmul Haq, Yawmul Fasl, Yawmul Deen, Yawm Azim, la yasummuna al malaikata tasmiyatal unsa. They speak about the angels, about the malaika, that they are female beings. In the verse number 28 of the Surah An-Najm, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is speaking, وَمَا لَهُمْ بِهِ مِنْ إِلْمٍ إِنْ يَتَّبِعُونَ إِلَّا الظَّنَّ وَإِنَّ الظَّنَّ لَا يُغْنِي مِنَ الْحَقِّ شَيْئًا. And since they have no knowledge whatever thereof, they follow nothing but surmise. Yet behold, never can surmise take the place of the truth. Let us concentrate. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is addressing here, وَمَا لَهُمْ بِهِ مِنْ إِلْمٍ, that about their claim that angels are females, as mentioned in the verse number 27 of the Surah An-Najm, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that these individuals who do not believe in the day of judgment, they do not have any knowledge about the angels or about the claim which they are saying. In yattabi'una illa zan. They are following just their own wishful thinking, their speculations, fancy thoughts, their own assumptions. Wa inna zanna, and indeed these assumptions, imaginations, speculations, la yughni min al haqqi shay'a. These assumptions, these imaginations, their wishful thinking, their guesswork cannot take the place of Al-Haq. Al-Haq is the Kitabullah, Furqan Hamid, Kitab-e-Aziz. With this, I'm concluding today's talk with a very important message. The message is for whole of the humanity at large, and also to the Muslims who are Muslims by community, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has categorically stated at multiple occasions, as discussed in today's talk, Do not follow as the zan, meaning wishful thinking, assumptions, probable things, or fancy thoughts, speculations. Follow the certain things. Certainty. Certainty is al-haq. This Quran Hakim is al-haq. This al-huda, this supreme guidance is al-haq. And I seek Allah's forgiveness if there's any shortcoming in the delivery of the message. رَبَّنَا لَا تُؤَاخِذْنَا إِن نَّسِينَا وَأَخْطَأْنَا رَبَّنَا وَلَا تَحْمِلْ عَلَيْنَا إِصْرًا كَمَا حَمَلْتَهُ عَلَى الَّذِينَ مِن قَبْلِنَا رَبَّنَا وَلَا تُحَمِّلْنَا مَا لَا طَاقَةَ لَنَا بِهِ وَاعْفُ عَنَّا وَاغْفِرْ لَنَا وَارْحَمْنَا أَنْتَ مَوْلَانَا فَانصُرْنَا عَلَى الْقَوْمِ الْكَافِرِينَ لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك إني كنت من الظالمين. جزاكم الله خير.